Some things invoke awe and not necessarily applause. Some things come with a frequency that disturbs us, that upsets us. We have to know that good comes from evil acts. We have to allow ourselves to experience what life is offering us, even when it's irrational, negative behavior. So for our presidential candidate who was shot, we hold a space of stillness for just a few moments. Knowing together that violence is never the answer. Irrational behavior is never the answer. So we hold as sacred our time together and our time on this earth, and we are open and receptive to all who come and to all who are a part of our services. So we simply hold that as we begin this day, welcoming everyone who's here, welcoming those who've not been here for a while, but we're delighted to have back with us again, and welcoming all those who are yet to come. We hold that intention. So I invite you to join in Unity's statement of faith. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And our chaplain for today is Lori Smith.
Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and His grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of love is in this place.
So let's just relax. Relax in your chair and rest your eyes. We breathe with spirit. It is the life and breath of all beings. For this moment, we turn away from the noise of the world. We release fear, doubts, and uncertainty. Chaos and confusion fall away as we affirm divine order that puts everything of importance into alignment. In this sacred place, we quiet our minds and feel the peace and the presence of divine spirit. We are comforted by divine union. It's divine love that fills our hearts and connects us to all life. It is our thread in the tapestry of the universe that is eternal. A peaceful world, a kind world begins with each of us, holding the light. Christ consciousness guides our thoughts, compassionate words, loving actions, and radiates harmony, healing, and wholeness. We are so grateful for divine love that weaves with perfection each thread of the tapestry. Our souls are nourished by the light within us and by the lights that surround us. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. Get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. You never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, it's worth making. Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. Time is a wheel in constant motion, always moving us along. Tell me who wants to look back on their years and wonder where those years have gone. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one door opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance.
One of my favorite songs. Thank you, Rebecca. That's awesome. I neglected to introduce Rebecca, who is our musician for the day. I've forgotten your last name. Abraxas. Oh, as I told most of you already, I didn't get in until 9 o'clock last night. So, and that was after being at Niagara Falls in the morning, and then driving to the Buffalo airport, then flying to O'Hare, then walking from one end to the other of O'Hare to fly back to Denver to get into blah, blah. You all travel, you know. So I told somebody I'm not quite as sparkly as I usually am, so you can all send me a little extra energy so that we have an awesome day. So, you know how they name days? You know, this is National Groundhog Day, this is National whatever day. Anybody know besides me, who just discovered it, what today is? It is National Pandemonium Day. Well, and I saw it in the context of what happened last night. And so pandemonium is when pandemonium reigns. And so it's interesting to me that we would create a national day of pandemonium. I wouldn't think that would be what we needed more of, but what do I know? So I just thought I would share that tidbit with you. You didn't happen to get a picture of the book, did you? No, so he doesn't have a picture of the book. I have the book that is ready to show. Here, do you like it? It's awesome. It's laying on my desk next to my computer. I bought 2 copies, one from my Kindle so I could read it on my phone so that I could have something to talk about this morning, and then one to actually, use later. And I could show you my phone, but it wouldn't help much. So you just have to know. Pardon? Oh, you want me to tell you the name of the book? Yeah. Okay, fine. I need all this help, so keep coaching. So the name of this book is Awe, in big letters, and it's the new science of everyday wonder and how it can transform your life. Has a pretty blue cover. The author of this book is Dacher, Dacher maybe? Keltner. And our awesome set team decided this would be the perfect book that you would enjoy this summer. After being on Mystics forever, now we're going to move into Awe. What do you think? So guess what? What is awe? You tell me. What gives you awe? Or how do you describe awe? Or why would you want to know about awe? Why is awe important? Pick one of those and we'll begin.
Yeah, I think for me awe would be something that blows my mind, where I'm no longer analyzing and thinking, but just experiencing with the whole depth of my being. That would be awe to me.
Okay, thank you, Clyde. Wanda, you'll have to help him, Wanda. Thank you.
Yeah, those are, I pray to have them often. There are moments that literally take my breath away, and they are mind altering, and you get out of your normal self, and something magical, mysterious happens, and you begin to see the world differently. And there are transformative moments, and it's also, for me, called radical amazement. And getting, almost knocking me to my knees. You know, we forget that sometimes going prone is okay. And so I like to live in the world of wonder and awe.
Cool.
It's just like looking at this tree, I instantly get into awe. It's just this instant moment of higher consciousness and oneness that I just kind of boom into, right? Like I don't have to work at it, and it seems to come with vision for me, like with nature. And it's just this instant moment of oneness and higher consciousness.
So Rachel is describing, Rebecca is describing natural beauty as awe. Wanda, what's one word you would sum yours up with? Is yours natural beauty, or what inspires your awe and wonder?
Perhaps it's beauty itself, which evokes joy and lots of...
Okay, so maybe beauty itself. What else inspires awe for you?
Yesterday I was taking a hike in Golden Gate State Park, and I had climbed quite a bit, and I was really tired, and then I came up to Panorama Point. In Panorama Point, you can look out into the Front Range and see probably 15 peaks, and the visibility was really good yesterday, so I felt like it was great to be alive and be able to see that, and I realize now why I live in Colorado is because it's a beautiful place. So to me, it's just a very neat feeling of wonder.
Of feeling great to be alive. Marilyn.
I like the natural wonder. That picture is great, but everything. I took 5 days with Carol up in the mountains, and every turn she said, "Oh, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty?" I got tired of saying, "Yes, it's pretty," but yes, it is all pretty.
Okay.
And it's a lot nicer to actually see it than to see it in a picture. There's a huge difference between a picture and actually being there to experience it.
And can you quantify that difference, Mark?
Well, it's just real special because you can just feel it as opposed to seeing it. You know, I think feeling it is real significant.
All right, so there we got another piece of it. So awe is something that you feel. So feeling is evoked when we talk about awe. So, you know, we work with words all the time. And if we're going to talk about awe for 4 weeks, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of awe. So we've determined natural beauty, and it's a feeling. Does anybody have anything else to add to that?
So I listen to a lot of music, and so I sometimes get a double dose of awe when I listen to music, because there's so many elements to music. First of all, there's the brilliant piece, whatever kind of piece it is. I love to listen to beautiful singers, and I love to listen to what we normally call classical music. So when I listen to a beautiful singer, I can hear the music, which is sometimes just gorgeous, but then I also get to hear the performance, the incredible notes, the incredible skill, all of the things that performer brings to that piece of music, the heart, the everything. So I experience awe. I listen to Whitney Houston, and wow, she just wows me. I get chills and just overwhelmed with the emotion she could bring to us. She could bring to a piece, to a song.
So we've got emotion, we've got feelings. What else can awe elicit in you?
Sometimes when we're out in nature, I know when I look around, like even just looking at that picture, you realize how fortunate you are to be part of this and what a small part we are, and that there are other things in the world that are so much more important than maybe what I was thinking about or upset about or whatever. It's just the awe and the humbleness of, you know, being a part of the world.
Something that takes you out of your
Your own
daily
thoughts,
self?
your
or-
own,
Okay.
whatever is on your mind, you know, for that brief, you know, however long it can be, you just look and you're just so humbled and you can feel it inside. And yes, we're talking about feelings again. But
Sure.
it's almost like a feeling of being home and comfort.
So when you say home that's different than, I'm going to say, the place, your abode.
Correct.
What kind of home is that?
Serenity and peace, where I
Okay.
feel truly myself. And I don't have any ego, have to put on any airs or have to be on all the time, you know, for work or, you know, wherever I may be or whoever I'm with.
One of the quotes that I picked out of there that what you just said reminds me of is, it quiets the nagging, self-critical, overbearing, status-conscious voice of our regular self. So those are our words, and What hasn't yet been said is sometimes you can read something that elicits awe in you, where somebody has put together words in such a way where they've been able to say what you feel but haven't been able to put into words. So that's another way. Music can do that, as Justine said. I almost could put an electricity to it. It's more than just, if you pinch me, I would feel that. But this isn't this isn't, you pinched me. This is a tingle maybe that is in your spine, is in your back. So the author says there are 4 kinds of awe. So think about what we've talked about and see when you notice them. There's a scientific story of awe. They can tell you exactly which nerves are triggered, how they're triggered, and how you respond. Can you imagine being the scientist who studied that? I just love people. Somebody studies everything. It's beyond me. But there's a scientific story about awe that we will get into. There's a personal story of awe. We all have our own experiences of awe. And then there's cultural awe. And then there's a fuzzy one. The fuzzy one is about the growth that awe can bring us when we face hardship, uncertainty, loss, and the unknown. A fuzzy one. Hardship, loss, uncertainty, and the unknown. What would be an experience of awe that you would put into that category?
I've had different experiences of awe, but there was one experience I had, I'd say 25 years ago, or 30 years ago actually, back when I could see. And I went with my wife-to-be at that time, and I wanted her to show her what I thought was a special place near Moab, near Canyonlands National Park, where I had camped. And if you've ever been in the area, you know a lot of rocks and cliffs and all that. Well, we drove up this road that's called the Schaefer Trail. There was just rocks and everything. It was like we were on the moon, and it was really confusing to her. And then we pulled off, and we went over this rise where we were going to set up our little camp. And as we went over the rise, even though I had been there for numerous times, I looked at it, and I thought, oh my God, is this real? And suddenly I was in tears. And I looked at it, and it was like there were cliffs all around, 1,000-foot cliffs behind us, 600-foot drop down to the river below us as it wound its way down the Colorado River. I looked down into the distance, miles away, there were buttes. Looked over to the east, and there were the high La Salle Mountains, and the lighting, oh my God, the lighting. I just couldn't believe it. It was like a painting. And I looked over beside me to my woman that was beside me, and to see how she was reacting. And she was just in tears. And to this day, I cannot forget that. Even when I think about it now, it still brings tears to my eyes. It's a memory that's part of my being, and it was more than just a scene. It was a shared experience with someone else.
Thank you. You've identified another part of what awe is, and that falls, it's sort of a cross between the personal awe and the cultural awe, because it involves more than one person, and yet it affects us. So when we respond to a shared experience. Now, they talk about awe is also fearful. And one of the things that came to my mind when I was reading this was, maybe you've seen the movie Saving Private Ryan, where they're taking back the beach, and see, it will make me sort of pause and cry as we look at these young men running into gunfire. We've got visitors who can't get in, running into gunfire, and the heroism, the bravery, the attempting to save their brothers, their brothers in arms. That's an amazing part of awe to me. I am in awe of the human spirit. I am in awe of the fact that we can actually do things that are beyond our ability. Do something that you can't even fathom that a human being could do, and yet they do that, and that brings forth a sense of awe in me. So it can be a beautiful shared one, as Clyde was sharing, or it could be something that involves something horrible, but yet requires that essence of personal effort. I decided to look and see what words start with awe. And awesome obviously starts with awe. Awestruck, awesomeness, awesomely. There aren't any more words. Awful. And yet awful contains that element of, I don't care if you're storming the beaches or watching a 2-year-old die, there is awe in that. Awe is an emotion characterized by a mixture of wonder, reverence, and maybe some fear. It's often experienced in the presence of something vast or powerful that challenges one's understanding of the world. This can be elicited by a natural phenomena, human achievements, or spiritual experiences. I will tell you an experience of awe I had at Unity Village 24 years ago, just about right exactly now. I may have told you this before, so forgive me if I'm repeating a story. But I had gone with friends at Unity Village down by the lakes. There are 3 lakes if you go back on the Unity Village property. There are 1,400 acres there. And if you go back to the back lake, we were sitting in an old rowboat that was grounded. You couldn't go rowing in it. And we were meditating together. And while we were sitting there meditating together, a whole cloud, I mean hundreds of yellow butterflies came and sat on us. And we, you feel something on you, and yet when you see a butterfly on your arm, you're not afraid of the butterfly. And so we just sat because we could not believe that there were butterflies. And if you were at Unity Village back in the day, they played carillons at 5 o'clock and dinner was at 5:30. And if you didn't make dinner, you weren't going to get dinner. So we were at the back lake, the carillons were playing, and the butterflies were sitting on us. There were 4 of us sitting in that rowboat. Absolute awe. Butterflies, metaphysically, are a symbol of transition. Your life is going to change. So clouds of butterflies. Very slowly we stood up, and the butterflies didn't leave. I walked from the back of a 1,400-acre plot of land up to where the buildings are at Unity Village with dozens of yellow butterflies on my arms, on my hair, on my face, as did the rest of the people. And that's pretty awesome to me. But the interesting part that goes with that is I had been resistance to what we call Debbie's damn grace prayer, which was, into thy hands I commit my body, my soul, and my spirit. Heal what needs to be healed, reveal what needs to be revealed, and teach me what I need to know. Now, I refused to say that prayer in class. I sat in the back corner of Fillmore Chapel right next to the door. I wasn't going to say that blank blank prayer. That night is the night that I got out of bed at 2 o'clock in the morning and went in the bathroom because I had a roommate, so that I didn't wake her up, and sat down and prayed that prayer and knew that I was called to be a minister. Now that's about as big a transition as you can have, to go from the careers I had to being a minister. So that's a personal, awe-inspiring experience, but it was the butterflies that, you know, as you said, Clyde, I'll never forget that feeling, both of seeing butterflies, because when do butterflies come and sit on you? And they were probably butterflies that were about like this. They weren't like huge butterflies. So they were, maybe they were moths, I don't know, but to me they were butterflies. And then to have them sit on us, on our hair, and it wasn't till we got all the way back to the old motels that they finally flew away. So that's my awe-inspiring personal spiritual experience. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, described awe as a profound feeling of reverence and respect, often linked to the divine or the sacred. He emphasized that awe could be a spiritual experience helping individuals connect with a higher power and fostering a deeper sense of spirituality and inner peace. He believed that experiencing awe could lead to personal transformation and a greater understanding of one's place in the universe. What's your place in the universe? The author of this book contends that by experiencing awe and choosing to have that kind of experience, you can change your life. So, I invite you to simply take a breath with me and allow yourself to relax in your chair and to simply breathe. The divine Spirit of God that is ever present, ever with us, ever available. If we are open to that experience. As you look back over the moments in your life and you remember, was it the first time you as a mother felt a baby move in your womb? You could hardly believe that there was life growing inside of you. As a father, when you first saw your child born and you knew that your DNA was a part of this child, taking that forward with into the future, your past and your future merged, was that a moment of awe-inspiring significance? Perhaps it was meeting the love of your life for the first time. When have you transcended the ordinary world with stress and pandemonium around you? When have you been able to experience and transcend all of that to be one with the divine of the universe? What was your moment? No matter whether we're young or old, many of those moments lie ahead of us. If we're open and receptive, if we can release our daily cynicism, Jesus said, if we are as little children. Do you remember such a moment from your childhood? The first time you saw the ocean, the first time you saw a mountain. Being open to the experience of awe, the author of our coming series says, can transform your life. We are grateful for all ways of moving into that area of transformation. So we are grateful. We simply say, thank you, God. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
So this is our opportunity to give. When it's summer and so many of us are on vacation and out enjoying all there is to life, we always appreciate a little extra gift that could allow us to continue what we do. So we simply invite you to consider that. There's a square at the back if you'd like to use your credit card. And we take all the normal things: cash, checks, abundance. So let's repeat our offertory blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
wake up in tears in my bed. There's too many things going on in my head. I don't want to see the morning light, but there's a voice inside that says, receive, receive, receive the love, receive, receive, receive the light, receive the glory of your life. Over there's a friend of mine telling me my life's divine. I meet her gaze with my surprise, but what if I saw through her eyes? Receive, receive, receive the love, receive, receive, receive the light, receive the glory of your life. Receive, receive, receive the love, receive, receive, receive the light, receive the glory of your life. Oh, oh. You have it all, you have it all in someone else's eyes. Borrow their eyes and see you have it all. You have it all. Receive, receive, receive the love. Receive, receive, receive the light. Receive the glory of your life.